Hi, welcome to A Dash of Therapy. I'm Dr. Samantha Bartram, a UK counselling psychologist and psychotherapist. So I want to make a series of videos about family estrangement. This is a topic that I have a lot of knowledge and experience in. It was the topic of my doctoral research, in fact, and I've worked with a lot of families, individuals who are touched and affected by family estrangement. So it's an area I have a lot of things to say, a lot of things that I could share. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today is if you're a parent who is either estranged from an adult child or on the brink of an estrangement, or perhaps things are a bit tenuous at the moment and there's a concern that it's heading in that direction. Perhaps the relationship there's a lot of distance that's opening up, perhaps contact is being reduced, things like that. Then one of the things I wanted to talk about is I guess a few do's and don'ts as a parent. And one of the big don'ts that I wanted to talk about is if your adult child has shared with you some of the reasons that they want to create distance, or the reasons that the relationship is breaking down, particularly on their part. Perhaps it's things as a parent that you did or have done that they feel affected by. One of the temptations as a parent is to explain yourself, or another way of putting this is to defend yourself. But perhaps there's good reasons for the way you behaved or acted at that time, and of course it was unintentional. So it can be a bit of a trap to get into this explaining yourself. You want them to understand what was going on at that time or why this happened. This can be, there's no sort of hard and fast rights and wrongs. It is very difficult to say what the right thing is to do in these situations. But one thing I find is when parents get into trying to explain and make their adult child, or help their adult child to understand, that can be counterproductive, because actually in reality, and this feels very unfair and one-sided, in reality your adult child probably at this stage at least doesn't care why, and they just want to be heard. They just want their feelings and their experience to be acknowledged and received. And it's, in fact, the fact that they've even shared it with you is actually a very positive sign. I always think that's amazing if they've actually talked to you or written to you or shared through some means what their grievance is. That's really positive. That's not always the case, so really hold on to that as a positive sign. So it gives you an opportunity then to understand what the issue is. It's much harder if you don't understand what the issue is. So if you've got that insight, please try to avoid the temptation to go and justify and explain your behaviour to your adult child, and rather focus on the validation of their experience, of course apologising, and the goal really is to seek to repair the damage or repair the relationship there. So if you're in a place where you can take responsibility that perhaps things weren't ideal, there were things you could have done better, things that, in hindsight, if you could change them, you would, that sort of thing is going to go a long way to help your relationship move forward. Perhaps it's very difficult for you to do that, and perhaps there might be other things going on and that are at play here. But in these kinds of situations, that's going to stand you in much better stead. So I will be creating a lot more videos around this topic, covering all different angles. If this is something that you find helpful, please hit the like button and please subscribe to get more updates, and drop something in the comments around your particular situation and the sorts of things you'd like me to cover, because it's a very big area and there's a lot of little things that we could talk about that might possibly help you move things in the right direction, or at least to cope with the situation, which, family estrangement is incredibly painful and difficult. Okay, thank you.